Hello and thank you for tuning into Millennium Movies. Today's news is a bit of a downer, but hopefully by the end of the video, you'll be able to find some positives out of this. So, what news am I talking about? Well, we have two pieces to talk about. First is that the Hollywood Reporter reported today that Henry Cavill is out as the role of Clark Kent, Superman, in the DC Extended Universe films. So, yeah, Superman's basically no more. He's gone. And after that, after that news dropped, not even soon after, there was another report that came out that Ben Affleck is hanging up the cape as well. He's not going to be playing Batman anymore, so he's leaving the Batman franchise for good, it seems. So these are two incredibly huge blows for DC and Warner Brothers. Man, this is like if Tony Stark, Iron Man, and Captain America on the same day, if Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. decided, you know what, we're both gone, and the MCU would be, I think overall the MCU would still be okay, and the DCEU can still be okay too, but boy, is it! Those are like your gigantic characters. I know financially, Wonder Woman's been the most successful in the DC Extended Universe, but still, I mean, two of the most marquee, what worldwide known characters are now gone. So no one's playing them, and apparently this is what happened. So Henry Cavill was in negotiations with Warner Brothers for a Superman cameo in Shazam, which of course stars Zachary Levi playing the role of Shazam. And apparently, contract talks between Cavill and Warner Brothers reps. I guess they broke down, and the door is closing on other potential Superman appearances. So, I guess it looks like they try to get him in a cameo for Shazam and talking about other stuff. And now he's apparently not going to be playing the role at all. And when you think about a recent video that I just put out where Henry Cavill was cast as the lead in the Netflix series of The Witcher, which is an 8-episode series, those don't just, you don't just film those in a day or a week. 8-episode, 1 hour storytelling for each episode. It takes a while to shoot. Stranger Things, for example, is another Netflix original series, 8 episodes, and it started shooting early in the summer. And here we are in September at the end of the summer, going into October, and they're still not done filming, and that's also 8 episodes. So it's not like it doesn't it's not like these series don't take time to shoot. So, and then I imagine it's going to have a huge budget. So that's taking a huge chunk of his time away. So I believe this report that he's not going to be playing Superman anymore. And for Batman, oh man, Ben Affleck's my favorite Batman interpretation we've ever gotten. I know some people love Christian Bale and love Michael Keaton's Batmans, but those weren't for me. I'm not the biggest DC fan. So Ben Affleck to me is the best Batman I've ever seen, and it's sad because he was the best part of Batman versus Superman, and he was I think he was one of the better characters in the DCEU period. So Affleck's departure from the series is very saddening to me, and it appears like they might have to just hit the reset button on this because yeah, you lose two of the major characters, and you're not left with much more. Now, granted, they still have Aquaman coming out later this year, and Wonder Woman 2 is coming out next year. So they still have these two major players because obviously Wonder Woman is the most successful DCEU film to come out, and Aquaman's Comic-Con trailer got a bunch of views, a bunch of buzz, and it looks good. So it doesn't look like the entire DCEU future is in shambles. They certainly have some characters to bank on, but it kind of just feels like they have no clue. Like the executives have no clue what they want to do. Like they want a Supergirl movie. She would be a teen superhero, so that would Clark Kent would be a baby in that timeline. So why would you need Henry Cavill Superman? So I guess they want to do that. Then they also want to do a Birds of Prey movie. They want to do a Suicide Squad sequel. They want to do a Harley Quinn movie. They want to do a Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie. They want to do a Jared Leto Joker movie. They have all these ideas and all these announcements that they put out over the years, and none of them have just come to fruition. It feels like they have no clue what they're doing, but the future is still salvageable. Right now, it kind of feels like we all need Ben Affleck's to give us a hug, like this little girl when after Gotham was kind of just partly destroyed by Superman and Zod's battle and Man of Steel. But it's still salvageable. You still, like I said, you still have Aquaman and Wonder Woman, and you still can do so many other films with the characters you already have introduced. Flash and Cyborg, for example. Flash was a big highlight of the Justice League movie. No matter what you think of the Justice League, Flash was a big highlight in that movie. The comedy worked for him. His character's like very similar to a Peter Parker, at least in this interpretation of the Flash. And Cyborg, I really like Cyborg's character. They cut out some of his backstory scenes, and I wish they didn't do that. But I like their relationship. I like their character, their superhero duo dynamic. I think that could work. You could do a Flash and Cyborg movie. I know they wanted to at some point. I'm not sure if they're still going forward with that, but they could still definitely do like a team up superhero movie with the Flash and Cyborg. Or another thing you can do is you can do Flashpoint, and you can have Thomas Wayne's Batman. I mean, how many times has Jeffrey Dean Morgan said on Twitter and to fans that he would love to play the character of Batman, Flashpoint Batman? You could do that storyline. There's oh so many other possibilities. Deadline is also reporting that Warner Brothers executives have been interested and intrigued by casting Michael B. Jordan as Superman in the future. And I know this got a lot of people angry on Twitter for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, it's a fictional character. He doesn't have to be portrayed by a white man. He's not going to be playing Clark Kent. If they cast Michael B. Jordan or any other person of character to play the role of Superman, it doesn't have to be Clark Kent. Newsflash. It doesn't have to be Clark Kent. It could be somebody. It could be a different interpretation of Superman. You know, it doesn't have to be him. So you can definitely find ways to move forward with the DCEU, and I certainly hope they do. I hope that they don't have to completely reset the storylines and start over from fresh. It kind of reminds me of the Transformers franchise over there at Paramount. They stopped production of what, Transformers 5 or 6? I can't keep count anymore. But they stopped production on it. They're not going to do it anymore. They're gonna restart the franchise. But before they restart the franchise, what they're going to do is they have the Bumblebee movie coming out, which doesn't have any ties to Michael Bay, and it's in brand new writers, brand new director, and it looks like it's going to be a really good movie. It looks like it has some heart to it. It looks like it's a decent story. So they could certainly, you can always salvage a huge franchise. It doesn't always have to go straight down the toilet. You can find ways to make it work because there's a huge fan base for these storylines and these characters. They're so rich. They can do a lot with them. So the fact that they haven't thus far is a disappointment, but again, there is room for improvement. So yeah, I think those are my overall thoughts on this news, and I don't know what else much there is to say about this. I mean, who knows? You guys want to cast a brand new Superman? Who's it gonna be here? You have the pick of your litter, Sophie's choice. You have Ashton Kutcher as Superman. You want the Nicolas Cage Superman that we never got. You want Ken from Community. You want Seth Rogen in that sweet Wolverine cosplay. He could be Superman. I mean, hell, he was the Green Hornet, so that turned out perfectly, didn't it? I mean, the critics loved it, fans loved it. Or how about we do Batman versus Superman a reboot with you can still keep Jesse Eisenberg. You can keep him. You can do Jonah Hill as the Penguin. You can do Michael Cera as the Joker. I mean, hey, I'm just messing around here, folks. Obviously, I'm not being serious, but I mean, there's so much more you can do with these characters and this franchise. So I hope that they find their footing and that they give us stories and movies that are worth our time. So before I go, this photo right here kind of made me sad because oh man, it's too soon. It's like the snap, like the Thanos snap, and Batman and Superman are gone, and we only have 4 members left of the Justice League. But those are still 4 great characters, and they can still continue with those 4. I mean, they'll have to find a way to maneuver around why Batman and Superman are gone, but you can do it. You can find a way. Just find a way. You can do it. Now, finally, it is National Video Games Day, so if you're watching this video, you're probably a fan of video games and comic books. So, I'm going to be spending the day playing Spider-Man on PS4. So, no spoilers, please. But moving on from there, I'm Millennium Movies, and I will see you all for tomorrow because I'm going to be putting out my Castle Rock Season 1 finale review and Easter eggs video, so you're not going to want to miss that. But until next time, guys, I will see you all very soon.